joining us from. What a beautiful day it is. We're here. We are breathing. We are experiencing life. For joyous or tumultuous it may feel at this moment, we're experiencing life. That's huge. What a blessing. I'm Charleene, and I'm so glad to see you. I see some of our friends down in the chat. Tell me, drop me your name and where you're joining us from today. I know I see Lori from Madison, Wisconsin. I see Nathan. Hi, Nathan. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Anik. I see you as well now, too. Oh, I'm glad you like this shirt. Yeah, create kindness. It's one of the things I love is that vibration is everywhere. Vibration exists in words, spoken or unspoken. And so one of the things that I consciously try to cultivate with each session is that whatever is happening here supports what it is, the trajectory in which we're headed that day. So thank you for noticing that. I appreciate that. And I like the resonance too, that it feels on my skin. These different sayings, nice little reminders. Reminders to myself. I believe that when we have to tell someone what or who we are, maybe we're not quite that yet. But when we can remind ourselves with an active idea of how to embrace and step into life or step into your day, for me, I find there's a lot of power in that. And sometimes you do just need a little bit of a lift. I have a shirt that I like. It says warrior. And whilst I'm a very peaceful person, I am a redhead. I'm an Irish redhead. I'm the daughter of a warrior, so it is in my blood. So sometimes I just need that little extra boost too. So every day's a little different. But hi, Angel. Angel from Tampa. Good to see you, neighbor. I'm so glad you're back as well. Nice to see you. Hey, Victor. Victor joins us from Dallas. How you doing, my friend? Good? Good. Now, friends, I will say, I did just notice that I've got some messages that I have not connected with in Insight Timer yet, so I'll be reaching out to you later today. I've kind of been off of technology whenever we haven't been here and staying away from it just a little bit, sometimes needing to honor that space within myself. There's a lot happening in the world around us at any given time, and I find sometimes cultivating a sense of stillness or silence away from that constant buzz is very helpful for me, so I appreciate your patience. Anik, I was thinking starting gentle kindness within first. Oh, I have the best shirts. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, gentle kindness is something that you do have to cultivate. I think we have to cultivate everything within before we can take it without. There's integrity whenever we match the truth of who we are on a deeper level. We may not be feeling it in that moment, but when we can come back to that centered point of truth for us, there's so much power in it. And people resonate with that. They pick up on it. And I think subconsciously we all understand we're human, right? I love this idea. I think it was my dad who it was either my mom or my dad. Both of my parents are brilliant and wise. So it could have been either one of them. But, they have this saying that, nobody really wakes up thinking, how can I be a really crappy person today? It's just not how we're put together. And even on days when we don't wake up and think, how can I be the best person I can be today? Oh, sunshine and rainbows and birds chirping in the window. We're still moving towards that place. So for me, I find the more grace I can offer myself, because I need a lot, the more grace I can give to others too. So, and some days are better than others. I'm sure you can resonate with that. Yeah, Angel, you have to take social media breaks sometimes too. Yep, space is important. You know, in space, in silence, is where all creation begins. Which is kind of apropos for what we're talking about today. So we've been talking about, today we're in the last quarter of the moon, which during the moon cycle, it's very much a strong pull or suggestion as to how we can move about more effectively in the world. And when we can really sit into these cycles with the moon, it's easier to move through these energies because we're not pushing up against. The tide's not going out and we're running trying to catch it. We're just letting it go. Or the tide's not coming in. You're like, whoa, wait, that's a little too much for me right now. So having these times where we really connect more in alignment with what's happening in the world around us is a very, very powerful place in which we can choose to exist. So today, we're in the last quarter of the moon. The last quarter being she's come out of the fullness, the beautiful radiance, and now she's beginning to just drip and float and dissolve away before she begins that cycle all over again. The true cycle of life, right? So this is a time in the last quarter when letting go is kind of the name of the game. Letting go, allowing things to just dissipate away. Because when we can allow something to transition, to shift, to move, to change, and we maintain our integrous core, that transformation is so much easier and so much more fluid. And then whenever the rebirth happens, we can welcome in this new revitalized energy in a way that we're ready to receive it as well. It's such a powerful time if you think about it. And it's a time when we can actually actively be passive. So last quarter moon happening today. Also the moon's in Gemini. And when the moon's in Gemini, that means we have a very cerebral thinking type of approach. So it's interesting. So we've got this letting it all go energy in a thought space, in an energy that supports thinking, planning, understanding, reasoning. And maybe at first those two constructs seem a little bit counterproductive, but if we really break it down to its core, just like anything, synergy can be found. So today when I was thinking about what would be an interesting topic to dive into with you, this idea of creative thinking came to mind. So in quantum physics, the fundamentals of the universe are divided into three main categories: creation, sustenance or preservation, and destruction. Now, any of you who have studied any of the Vedas might say, that sounds really familiar. Creation, Brahman. Sustenance or preservation, Vishnu. Destruction, Shiva. So it's within this cycle that all life originates and carries through. So when we're in this period of letting go, we have an opportunity to really dive in alignment, and determine what's next. And it's in the what's next where we can actually connect to our true sense of integrity and creation and creativity. So I thought this was really interesting. I was listening to someone discuss what it is to actually be in a state of integrity. And the idea came up that it's really a point of moving beyond like and dislike. It's moving beyond incremental judgments between this or that. Because whenever we say this or that, like or dislike, we've already begun to limit the limitless, right? And it's not about losing an aspect of you, the humanity of who you are. It's actually actively engaging with the multitude, the multiverse of sorts, of all that is. So, yeah, you may prefer an energy or a direction more than another, and that's your prerogative. But as soon as we start having this division, we actually begin to fall out of our integrity. I thought it was a really interesting conversation. I think there's a lot there to unpack. I'm sure many of you have thoughts on that. We have very profound thinkers here in our community. But it really drove home to me this idea that in a time of letting go, we also have this significant opportunity to begin from a point of potentiality creating. So creative thinking, that's the name of the game today. So for all of you who are joining us for the first time, hi tea lady. I thought about you yesterday. I had walked into the kitchen to make a cup of tea with honey, and I got a phone call, so I was pulled away from that. So maybe today I'll toast in your honor. So for those who are joining us for the first time, just briefly, what you see in front of you are 13 chromatically tuned crystal singing bowls. They're made of quartz crystal, which means they're highly conductive of energy. Your biofield, your electrical energy source around you, gives off vibrations. It's my job to listen, to feel, to receive the vibrations that are coming through in the group today. Do that on a very subtle level. And listen to the bowls, of what the bowls are suggesting sonically that would be of benefit for us to begin to sound, for releasing, for receiving, for renewing and rejuvenating our spaces. Everything is spontaneous. It's completely new and fresh based on the day, based on who's here, and based on what it is that we're looking to accomplish, manifest. So, one of the things that we really connect to is this idea of being able to ground into our own spaces, because the more connected we are, the more freedom we have within our own, exploring our own expansion. So these bowls are tuned to 432 Hertz, which just means that they're very connected to the vibration of the planet of Mother Earth. So even now, before we begin, I just invite you to begin to find your space, find where you are today. You know, today is going to be all about you letting go and gently witnessing what it is you want to create. We're not going to move into the future, no, because our power is in this moment. But we can, if we think about what it is that we want to create, if we begin to feel it and experience it in a positive way, it's a really powerful place in which we can find ourselves. And that's how we manifest. That's how you begin to invite in the energies that actually make these things happen. So just begin to find a comfortable position, whatever that is for you. You may want to be sitting up. You may prefer to be prone. I know some of you enjoy using your headphones or your earbuds. It really gives it a groovy binaural situation, moving between the two sides of the oral cavities. And just get comfy. Welcome in the opportunity to release and then receive or create. We're going to begin by retuning. Just tuning in. So I invite you to gently shift your focus now to your breath. Witness your breath. Without judgment, without expectation, without trying. Just blissfully notice your breath. Is it shallow today? Is it deep and long? Is it rapid? And whatever it is, I invite you now to begin to slow your breath to a more rhythmic pace. So let's begin by just taking a deep inhale. Hold it at the top for a moment and then release. Good. Inhale. Hold. Release. Good. Inhale. Hold. Release. And continue this breath on your own. From the soles of your feet or into the base of your spine, into the center part of the planet. Just gently drop in a golden cord, unbreakable, unshakable, a golden cord of light. And find a beautiful place in which it can nestle into the very core of the earth. Silently say to yourself, I am here now. I am here now. Burning bush in the desert. The divine asked, "Who are you?" He was asked, the Vedic mantra, Aham Brahmasmi. Aham, I am. Brahmasmi, all that is. So affirm to yourself, I am here. Now. Here and now connect us in the quantum realm to this time-space dimension. This is the only place where time and space move and dance as they do. Time and space are things that, they're rules of our game here on planet Earth. But they also define the game. So if you want to play this game, live this life fully, successfully, victoriously, connecting with here and now is a very liberating perspective. I am here now. Now begin to shift your attention from your breath towards your heart center. Whatever's comfortable for you, and begin to experience whatever you will. Feel into your heart space and just witness. Pulsations emanating from your heart into your entire body. begin to gently shift your focus from your heart space. Begin just to put your attention right below your heart space. Your diaphragm area, your third chakra. That seat of fire. And then begin to shift that attention a little bit lower. So right about the point of your navel. A couple inches up and back behind your navel, to your second chakra area. This is our creative center. The ability to express in the physical world. Self-love into that second chakra space. As our friend Lori shared earlier, gentle kindness has to start from within. The same is true for love. In order to show up in the world and to love, we also need to offer ourselves that same graciousness, that same gift. So no matter how easy or perhaps a little bit hard it is to do that today, just begin to flood that second chakra with love. Feel that intensity moving back up into your heart space. Yeah, good. There's a lot of stuff that just came up, so let's begin to let it go. Let's begin to release. To shake out any feelings, any emotions, any thoughts, any vibes that you're recognizing in your space right now. Just begin to shake it off. Pull a little Taylor Swift, shake it off. It's all good. Some of you may feel that release just happening, shifting out of your space. Some of you may feel the release coming down your grounding cord into the center of the earth. Letting our sweet mother recycle that energy, reuse it in a different, more powerful way. Find your release. The source of creation is in every atom, in every creature, in every cell of your body. If you can access it, your life will be magical. Sacred scriptures tell us creation is beyond thought. They also say it's beyond imagination. But creation happens when we fuse thought and feeling. So today, centered point of integrous understanding that you're floating in right now, you're grounded into. Let's begin to create. What is it that you would like to see happen for you in the next short period of time? Perhaps it's an insight, an answer to a question you have been posing. Perhaps it's a synchronicity, a specific meeting or event to happen. Perhaps it's a spontaneous healing. Here, this can be limitless. Just bring to mind what it is that you, in the next near nows, would like to see come to fruition for yourself. And I invite you to hold that image in your mind, not as you would hold on to a balloon, but as you would hold on to a butterfly. Open, gentle. Embracing that butterfly may stay with you forever, develop into your best friend, or it may fly away, and something in its stead, something even better, replace and come to you. Activate that image right now in your mind's eye. Make it as vivid as possible. Can you smell something that's happening right now? Is there a taste in your mouth? Is there a sensation on your skin? Perhaps the weather is warm. The sun is shining. Perhaps there's a crispness in the air. In your mind's eye, create this potentiality. keep this image that you are calling in, this manifestation. Keep this here in the center part of your mind's eye. Now begin to witness how you might feel when this scenario unfolds. Is there some excitement? Is there some joy? Is there relief? Is there happiness? Is there ease? What is it for you? I invite you to claim 3 feelings from this. If maybe all you can see is excitement, other emotions to consider might be gratitude and love. Those 2 emotions tend to be very easy to feel, to access. Just feel each of those emotions pulsating through your body. Good. This almost becomes like the backdrop of your manifestation canvas. Good. Now in this flurry of emotions, I invite you to pick one. Pick one emotion. And with that scenario in your mind's eye, begin to amplify this emotion. Let's see if we can amplify it a little bit more. Allow that amplified emotion to flood through your heart, coursing out into the rest of your body. Bring that emotion into your 3rd chakra here, your core, that fire in your belly. Feel it, ignite it. Use that fire to ignite this emotion. You've never felt anything as intense, as glorious, as magical as this right now. Good. Yes. Yes. Breathe. 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 Now let's bring these 2 aspects of creation together. Your thought and your emotion. Think, imagine, or feel this picture fusing with this emotion that you've just created. Let's just float in this space of possibility. just gently let all that go. Trusting that your butterfly, or something better, is coming towards you. So sometimes one of the hardest things to do when we let go is to trust that something even greater will return to us. So I invite you now to sit in a space of trust. Let's just float in a cool, crisp spring, pouring trust all over our system, from head to toe, showering in this goodness of hope. And it's not just hope, it's a connected knowingness that all is well, all will be well, because all is always well. And breathe. Begin just to come back towards your little more consciousness, a little more awareness in your physical body right now. You may want to gently move your fingers, wiggle your toes, yawn, stretch. In your time. Welcome back. How did that feel? How did that feel for you today? Tell me how you're feeling right now. Just drop it in the chat. It was interesting to witness. You know, creative thinking is something that I think we often chalk up to creative types. And the truth is it's something that we do all the time. We have to. Every cell in our body is creatively thinking. Constantly. Because it's moving in perfect flow with the universe. And what's interesting is that no moment that we experience can ever be repeated. Just like you can never step into the same river twice. No present moment will ever be as another. Because there will be at least one difference, if not infinite number of differences. Because everything is changing. Everything is flowing as it's supposed to be, in its own unique rhythm and dance with the universe. Creative thinking. Sometimes we don't always give ourselves permission, right? Our mind, ironically enough, gets in the way of creative thought. Our mind is our greatest place of enslavement. And the interesting thing is that I'm the one who manages my mind, nobody else. So sometimes trusting in that process of all, as simple as it sounds, releasing that and allowing, trusting that simple message can be so complicated because this little guy is just sitting here doing its thing. Is that true for you? Do you have that same type of experience? Oh, I love all of our Geminis. Nathan, are you a Gemini as well? Victor, you're a Gemini? I love it. So cool. Megan, yeah. These things are, the complexity of the mind is what will keep us enslaved until we find ways to release it. So today, it's all about what you choose to create, what I choose to create. Today, I wanted to create a little extra kindness. Kindness, as Lori said, gentle kindness. Let's start it from within. What would you like to create today? Just drop it in the chat. Tell me just one word. I'll start. I'm going to create kindness. Could be I'm going to create compassion. I'm going to create happiness. I'm going to create unexpected joy. I'm going to create laughter. Laughter is sometimes underrated, but wow, what a powerful tool of healing, not only for ourselves, but for others. There's so many things we could create. We could create receptivity. We could create potentiality. And that just means we get out of our own way, right? You can create anything. I like to manifest a unicorn. I think that'd be pretty cool. So what are we going to create today? Violet, you're going to create love. You're a Gemini as well. I love it. A Gemini creating love. I love it. You're the poster child for our time together here today. It's perfect. City, you're going to create joy. Oh, yes. Comfort and joy, baby. Alexandra, a hyperallergenic kitty cat. Yes. Or, I wonder if we could create a natural flow of unaffected allergic response. So there is no allergic response. It's just your body can tune in. Maybe, I don't know. Look, you can do anything, right? It's up to you. You get to drive this experience. So if you're going to do a hyperallergenic kitty cat, don't come to my house. I mean, you're welcome to come to my house, but not with our 4 kitties. As you do that, I'm going to work on my unicorn. I'm going to put my unicorn in the backyard. And I actually do believe that's possible. Does that make me weird? Ease, Jen, I love that, yes. Sometimes we think we have to effort in order to achieve, and yet ease is the ultimate flow. It's the ultimate sign of we are connected. Good for you. Yvonne, connection, speaking of. I love it. I think there's more about Michelle, gentleness. Yes. Anik, I love it. Grace, ease, and faith. Yeah, the butterfly analogy. I'm glad that spoke to you. But it's true, right? The power of manifestation comes in having a direction in which we're headed. So we can see the butterfly in front of us, but we're not attached to the outcome that it must be the butterfly. Because as soon as we do that, whew, oh dear. Yeah, I love that. Jeremy, what was that again? I want to see that again. Grace, ease, and faith. Yeah, a lot of ease. Ease is good for flow. That water element, that water energy. Yvonne, connection, 100%. Nice to see you, Yvonne. Eva, clarity. Yes. Perfect. Unmuddling the mind. Brilliant. It's going to be a good day for you. Victor, you're actually going to create. You're going to do physical creation. Hooking your laser printer and then creating some late letters. That's really groovy. Isn't it incredible, the technology that surrounds us? And all of that came from creative thought. Incredible. Liz, loving kindness. Perfect. We all need more of that. Prasanna. It's nice to meet you. Forgive me if I've butchered your name. Gratitude. Yes. Gratitude is an emotion that actually allows for a lot of flow. So appreciation, if you look at the vibration of the word, appreciation tends to sit. It's a little more stationary. There's appreciation. Gratitude is flowing, almost like the river or waters. So connecting to this flow idea, ease and grace. I love it. Lori, love and self-compassion. Yes. We can all use more of that. So did the bowls, apparently. That's really cool. Liz, loving kindness. Yes, for yourself and others. It's like the angels are singing. I think y'all are onto something. Victor, healing. Yes. Recognize healing needs to come whenever we see its manifestations within our physical form. And yet it always comes from a much more subtle place first, before it trickles in and ignites something within our system. So I agree with you right now that whatever healing that you or anyone else who is watching today, whether they're watching here and now or they're here and now, that they'll receive the depth, you will receive the depth of a healing vibration, whatever that is, that will begin you on your journey of self-discovery, of what it is that you get to manifest back into your wholeness. I agree with you on that now. And just like some of our other friends were saying, let's make it easy, with ease and lightness, filled with grace and hope and love. So it is. Yvonne, it's good to see you. I'm glad it was good for you to be here. Megan, patient. Yes. 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 I used to say when I was younger that patience was not one of my virtues. But I think I said it enough maybe that I started feeling as though, you know what? I think it actually could be. It's a slippery slope, right? That fuse. And every day is different. Liz, joy. Yes. Laughter and play. You know, it's the innocence of the child that where there is such integrity because there is no this or that. There's less categorization of life, right? So there is more ease, there's more flow, there's more possibility because they're not holding on to that butterfly. They're like, oh, wow, look at this it's a most amazing butterfly. Sometimes too, laughter just opens and frees things within our physical systems. Have you ever heard of laughter yoga? If you haven't, I suggest you look it up. Talk about a powerful and fun modality. And some days when you do not feel like laughing, the best thing you can do is make yourself laugh. Even if it's faking it till you make it, what it actually does is that it shifts the chemistry within your body and begins to pulse new information that helps you feel better. So you actually begin to change your chemistry just by laughing. Laughing, they also, studies have found that those who laugh more live longer. It's not just a wives' tale or a trite aphorism. It's the truth. So. Oh, Anik, what did the bowls tell me today? It was interesting. There were a lot of places that I didn't expect the bowls to go. Towards the beginning, we actually really, when we went down into that second chakra, there was a lot of stuff that was sort of sitting there. And I think what it felt like, it was related to permission and that self-love. You know, when we talk about this idea that anything is possible, it all sounds so fantastical. But wait, how do I do that? How do I actually manifest that? You know, the ego, the mind kicks on. So we've programmed our flow within our system to kind of connect with that limiting perspective. And so what I witnessed with the bowls is that the bowls really wanted to kind of gently today. They spoke strongly, but they were not, all right, you need to get your act together. And as I reflect on that, that would make sense, because if we're in the last quarter of the moon, it's all about letting go. It's not about trying to fix, it's about letting go. So there was a lot of this connection towards just offering some, you know, recognizing where we have an opportunity to love ourselves a little bit more, to see ourselves a little bit more clearly, to truly tap in and understand what our potential is. You know, we only use 2 to 3% of our brain. Think on that for a while. And then stop thinking about it. Because it's in that potential. So there's about 95% of our brain that's connected to the unconscious. There's like 2% that's conscious, 2 to 3% that's subconscious. So like breathing, respiration, you know, all the necessities of living. And yet we let that 2% of the mind, which is based on memory, which is actually based on not the here and now, it's based on something that we have skewed into what we're storing as a memory. It's created a layer of limitation. And so when we can begin to just let that limitation go, when we can vibrate it free, there's more of an opportunity to just like the tip of the iceberg, you just kind of start diving down and tapping into this collective conscious, collective unconscious. Psychology calls it the collective unconscious. More spiritual perspective calls it the collective consciousness. When we can tap into that, that's actually where the miracles happen, because we're in this flow. Suddenly you need to meet this person because this person could potentially introduce you to another person or unlock a potential for something happening in your career. And all of a sudden you're in Starbucks or wherever you get your coffee or tea, tea lady. You probably make yours at home. You're in this location and all of a sudden this person is right there and you just are striking up a conversation and, well, wait, the synchronicity happens. So it's not about us ever having to do something. The only thing we ever really have to do is be. So that's what the bulls were really communicating very strongly today. And there was a lot of that open space too, of just being able to float. Because it felt like this type of thinking, this type of creative thinking is a little bit foreign right now. That's okay, that's great, right? We're moving towards a direction where it is easier. Ease. Kindness, self-kindness. If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? But it's in this lightness where light happens. Light begets light. You open a window, the light spills in and the room only gets brighter. So that's really what the bulls were kind of communicating with today. So, Jeremy, who had said about bliss that you were looking? Tea lady, okay, yeah. Yvonne, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. The donations are so helpful. You know what else is helpful too? If this feels right to you, of just connecting these sessions, of connecting the music with your friends, with your community. Whether you do it on your social media, whether you do it here in Insight Timer, on YouTube, wherever you are moving, connect and expand. That's a huge blessing for us as well. So, and I appreciate you doing that. I see the community that you continue to bring together, and that brings so much joy to my heart. I have so much gratitude to you for doing that. So thank you. And thank you so much for your donation, Yvonne. I appreciate it. So, yeah, Linda, release physical pain in your neck and shoulders. Yep, you bet you carry the weight of the world on your shoulders, don't you? Well, that healing prayer was for you as well, for all of us. Violet, laughter yoga. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Love it. Liz, to everyone in the amazing community, I wish you peace, love, music, joy, laughter in your life. Amen and amen. Go to Vari. Yeah, you heard our funny kitty in the background meowing during the bowls. Your kitty was on your chest purring the whole time. Isn't that funny how the cats really respond very viscerally to the vibrations? At least ours do. I remember what you said yesterday about the sound going on infinitely. Yes. And then you had the creative thought that the healing vibrations of all the kitties purring is infinitely going on now and on in space forever. I love that. I love that. That is a nice idea for you and all of the other kitty lovers. I know Victor is a kitty lover too. There is something really powerful and resonant. You know that cats, side note, cats purr for one of two reasons. They're either self-calming or they're healing. So they're self-soothing or boosting their own immunity. They're actually building calcium. It's fantastic. There's not much greater than when a kitty cat sleeps on you and purrs. I've often found that when that happens, they intuitively know we need healing on a deeper level. So God bless you and your kitty. Oh, that's so cool. Thanks for sharing. Anik, give ourselves permission to be here and now. Amen. Unlimited flow. Yes, yes. Beautiful. Yeah, my pleasure. Lori, purr therapy. I think you're onto something. I think you can market that. It's really good. Yeah, tea lady. I knew you'd have tea at home. Of course. Who can make a better cup of tea than you? Nobody. I think we should have a tea party with you at your house. We'll do a session on tea and bowls. I don't know. I think we're onto something. Violet. Thank you for your donation, Violet. Thank you. Maria. Thank you for your donation, Maria. I appreciate you. Violet and Lori and everybody that's here today. Thank you for sharing your time, this space, your here and now with us, with me, with the bowls, with the community. Such a blessing. So we'll be back on Monday, and I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern time, I think. Oh, we're pulling it up, yes. Oh, it's 8 a.m. It's 8 a.m. Eastern time on Monday, and we're going to be organizing chaos. If you have chaos in your life, let's figure out how to organize it. The interesting thing, what does chaos do? It brings limitless potential. When we organize chaos, that is where the divine comes through. It's that potential, the Shiva, the of all that is a stillness, and then the Shakti that ignites it and connects it forward, moves it forward. So that's going to be a fun time. So, Tea Lady, it's Chai Friday for you. Enjoy your chai. Friends, have the most beautiful day. Know that you are a blessing to me. I can see that you're blessing each other as well. May your day be filled with effortless ease. May you find unexpected laughter and joy in places that bring you miracles and synchronicity. And until we meet again, you are very, very loved. Sat Nam, friends.